Today I'm going to be breaking down how I crafted some of these shots using my Red Komodo and my iPhone. These shots are from a series of courses we're releasing very soon. With that being said, our first shot is probably our most dynamic, or our first two shots. So these first two shots, I had Jordan looking through the window. He walked in, and basically his second block position is what masked out his first block position, just to go ahead and introduce that creepy feeling. But basically how we lit this, we had a tube light down here, which we'll get into later. You'll be able to see it better. That is kind of giving this flare into the image. And then this all behind him is actually just natural lighting. So all this, there's a window right over here that is producing that natural light. Then we had some red fill that was coming in from the same side as this blue tube light down here, but it was being caught on this railing, it was being caught on the wall. And then the last thing is I had a Aperture 300D with a spotlight mount and the window gobo, and that is producing all of this. As we continue to this next shot of him walking down, the lighting is similar. The only difference is I had this practical on up here, which it was built into the studio we were using. So I had that practical on just to give a little more information. And then I added this red tube light right here, just to be another practical and to shine light, giving more contrast. That was the idea behind all of this, was we wanted lots of contrast. So as many light sources as possible. My idea is to use every light source to its fullest potential, and then once you've used that light source to its fullest potential, add a new light source. But for this one specifically, we wanted it to have that neon moody feel, so multiple different light sources gave for a lot of high lows, a lot of that contrast. So that's why I added that red in there. And then from here, we left all of the lighting exactly the same. We didn't change anything. So this light, this tube light coming in from here, is casting, you know, all this key light. And then you see a little bit of red coming in as a hair light or an edge light over here. And that is from that tube light that we put down here. Now, something interesting that we did with this that I really enjoy, if y'all have been watching for a while, I'm very into every little piece of detail that goes into your film has some kind of intention, or it should. So this tube light, the way we blocked this scene, the tube light is still in front of him right here. So all we did was, by having him look up, now this front light, or this top-down-ish light, has now turned into an uplight, which uplighting is promoting a sense of eeriness, scary, thriller. And if you've watched this, you know exactly what happens next, and that is why we had that uplighting position. Same exact lighting. There's a little more red being shown now because we're getting further in front of him, so we're getting more of that edge light coming in, more red coming in right here. Red gives the feeling of anger, passion, fear. So it's basically, with this uplighting and this red coloring, something's about to happen. And then from there, we see the figure, which is a metaphor for doubt, imposter syndrome, comparison. So all the equipment that we use can be found in the description. Everything it was all Nanlite Pavo tubes and Aperture 300Ds. So this is just going to show that 10% of your image is from the camera and 90% is what's in front of and behind the camera. If you'd like to dive deeper into what it took to create these shots, and maybe even learn a little bit more yourself and be able to join a community with other creatives to help each other grow, make sure to click that link below before we open it up to everybody else. Remember, it only takes one to grow in your creative skill set. It only takes one to grow together in a group. It only takes one to make a change. It only takes one to change the world. And that could be you. See you next time.